Hi guys, Gerald here. So today we're going to cook a basic cottage pie. So that's a bit of beef mince. I've got here some onions, some garlic, carrots, and some Worcester sauce, olive oil for cooking, some dark soy sauce to go in with the mince, some salt, pepper, just all your usuals, some tomato sauce, some herbs, mixed herbs, turmeric, some basil, and what we over here, we have Marmite, but you guys might have a yeast spread or something. So we're going to start off with browning the mince, of course. So chuck a bit of oil in the pan. It's called a cottage pie because it's beef mince. If it was lamb mince, it would be called a shepherd's pie. So when we brown this mince, we want to get it brown. We don't want to just take the red off it. We want to get it so it's dark brown, so it's got some flavour in it. A lot of people make that mistake and they just take the red out of it and find out that their mince is a little bit tasteless. And as that pan's heating up, before I mash some potatoes, and so everyone knows how to do potatoes, so I've got about 600 grams of mince there, and probably about 4 potatoes gone into that, and so boiled those till they're soft, mashed them up, added probably about 1/3 of a cup of cheese, just to bind it together, and made it quite a wet sort of mix. So that's got salt and pepper also, so that'll go on the top of our cottage pie. Anything left over you can fry up for breakfast. Chuck an egg in it and so while we're still browning, our onion here, 1 onion diced, finely diced, and 2 garlic cloves there. With that we'll probably add a little bit of ginger, because I don't have any fresh ginger, so you're going to have to use the jarred stuff. So we'll brown the mince first. Turn our oven on. You want to be at about 180 degrees because it'll finish off in the oven for about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on the size. This is quite a small one. I'm just cooking it for 2 adults, 2 kids. Obviously, if you're cooking for a family of 6 or something, you'll do a bigger batch. So we're going to use a basic. We're just going to add a carrot to it. I've got a bit of sauerkraut that I'm going to add to it, a bit of cabbage. And the sauce will make itself with all the other sauces that we add to it. And then we can add some fancy things to it to add flavour or whatever you've got in your fridge. It's really up to you, but as long as you've got the basics, you've got a potato top, mince, and a couple of root vegetables, which you could have done some peas or something, peas or some corn, but I've just got the carrots, and I might have a look through the fridge when I'm putting it together and see what I chuck in with it. We want to get this mince caramelised. That's where the flavour is. Takes a little bit longer, but it's worth it. Break it up so it's into small balls. always keep hydrated in the kitchen. It is unfortunate that supermarket mince, so it's had a bit of water put with it. If you can see, oh, you might not be able to see that, but it's sort of trying to stew itself at the moment. A nice home kill or a good butcher's mince is far better because they don't put water with it. Or they don't put as much water with it, I should say. That's why we're getting a lot of steam. We've got to boil that water off before it'll start browning again. Right, it's away again. I put quite a bit of olive oil in it, which you don't really need to because there's a bit of fat in mince. The more we go into the browning process, the more that it breaks up. So break those bigger balls up. Keep working it. A lot of people would have stopped by now, that's for sure. Oh no, that's brown. Put it this way, if you cook your steak, you get a good colour on it before it's finished. That's what we're going to do to the mince. Caramelise it. I don't know if you can see that, but that's dark brown in there. That's what we want to achieve. Put that aside. I'll just put that in a bowl to the side. Now we want to sweat our onion and our garlic off. We don't want to burn the garlic. Now we'll just pick up all the juices that the mince had left behind. And this is we're going to make our base. And just a little bit more oil. Only a teaspoon. Colour is flavour, so if we wait till the onions just go opaque, we've just really taken the flavour out of them. But if we bring a little bit of colour back in, we're pushing some flavour back into them. Right, now I'm going to chuck our carrots in. There's one whole carrot there, just diced. Don't bother peeling it because it's going to sit amongst the mince, and you know the peel is the best part. Just wash it thoroughly. Peeling your vegetables damages it, like takes the goodness out. The best part of a vegetable is actually that skin, or that peeling. Not that I'd expect you to get an orange peel or a lemon peel, but you know, these root vegetables, all the goodness are in that skin. Unfortunately, when you're mashing potatoes, you've got to peel them. Just want to get a little bit of colour on those carrots. They're still at high heat. Like in the kitchen, high heat. Such a cold day outside, but hot now. I'm just going to use these as teaspoon measures. not an actual teaspoon measure, but you know, these are, I think they're KFC potato and gravy spoons, so that'll do us for today. Yeah, we've got some good colour in there now. So now we want to bring that heat down to about halfway. And drop that on the ground, give it a rinse. And a dry. Here we go. See if I can do it again. I got some mixed herbs. You want a teaspoon? Oh, yeah, good teaspoon of those. Just sprinkle over there so they can coat the vegetables, coat the onions. A little bit of, oh, smell that. Only you could smell that. Get a glass of water. A little bit of water in there. Now, turmeric. I add it to everything that I cook now besides baking. Add a little bit and you won't taste it, but it's enough to, I don't know, it's a superfood apparently, so, and it'll change the colour of your food, so there's only a teaspoon going in there. Hopefully you don't taste it. Give that a mix in. Smells amazing. And some basil. I just want a teaspoon of basil, just a good teaspoon of basil again. You know, basil's a good soup herb, so we'll chuck it on with this. Now a lot of people will be saying, oh, that's not a proper cottage pie, but this is just a rustic, whatever you got lying around. Alright, so we've sort of made that kind of, it's almost pasty, I guess. So I want to add the mince back. No, we don't. I want to put some ginger in first. Just a teaspoon. Don't go overboard. There we go. Now we'll add our mince back that we took off the heat earlier. Now get them mixed around. Probably 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. 2 tablespoons of Worcester sauce. About 1/4 cup of sauce. And we're going to mix that up. And taste as you go. That's magic as it is. So we want to add what I use instead of a stock is Marmite. We want to make almost a gravy. Look at that. Pure goodness. Carrots still raw though. They will cook in the oven. So I'll show you this Marmite. Now, it's a New Zealand product, and it's a spread that we put on our toast, and I don't know what you guys would have as an equivalent. It's called a yeast spread, I think. So you can search it, marmite.co.nz, find your equivalent, if you can't get it. I'll put about 2 teaspoons in there. It's very strong. The old plastic spoons don't like it. So that's 1 teaspoon. And it'll dissolve in the heat. It's almost like tar. Probably smells like tar if you burn it. But I've never burned it, so. Really nice on toast. Here we go, 2 teaspoons. Give that a mix. We'll just add another dimension, another kick to this meal. You could use a stock. It'd be good if you can make your own stock. Just out of bones, root vegetables. But not many people are going to make their own stock if it's just a home meal, so I'm pretty sure there's some good stocks out there on the market. Like I say, this is my go-to. Magic in a bottle. Now, the change. So taste as you go, taste as you go. Hot. Yeah. That'll keep the cowboys happy. Now we want to set it. If we put it in the pie like that, it'll just fall apart. We want to make it, give it a gravy, give it something to bond and bind and hold together. So we make a slurry. Turn that down to a simmer. Oh, if you can smell it. You know how to make a slurry? We go corn flour, tablespoon of corn flour, put it in a glass, give it a mix up. There we go. Tablespoon of flour, corn flour. And then about a cup of water. Give it a mix up. Make sure it's all mixed up. You can use just plain flour, but corn flour seems to work the best. Just pour that in. Now we should be able to get that thick. Real thick. So far no salt or no pepper's gone into this dish. I'll do another taste. It'll be hot. Doesn't even need salt. Now we've had the Worcester sauce go in and the soya sauce, so that added a bit of salt. Salt in the tomato sauce and salt in the Marmite. So we'll just turn that up a little bit. You want to add a bit of sauerkraut. This is just something I want to add this time. Never added it before. So just add a bit of texture or might add flavour. This is organic sauerkraut. I don't know how much I've added, probably 4 tablespoons, nearly half a jar. 680 grams, so 340 grams, 400 grams. That's looking good. I'm just going to try and mix that right through. I don't want lumps of it in there. Someone get a plate full of sauerkraut. Oh, look at that. That'll also help it bind together, obviously, by the looks of it. Beautiful. Look at that. Let's have a taste. That's just knocked it down a little bit. Put something fresh in there. Oh, that is awesome. Bottle that and sell it. That's basically it. oven-proof dish. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I want to put a layer of this in. I'll go this way. Hopefully it'll take it all. Yeah. Get rid of your pan. Use any oven-proof dish, but glass or clay or something retains the heat, just delivers a better heat to the product, to the food. Now, if you use a steel one, they're real thin, and you don't get a proper penetration of the heat. So something thick. And so that's a little bit over half full. Doesn't matter how full you make it, but as long as you've got room for your potato. And like I said, if you do too much potato, the next morning just fry it up in butter, brown it up. Oh, chuck a few eggs with it on toast. You're done for breakfast. And so this has got cheese in it. So I'm not going to sprinkle cheese over the top. And I'm not too fussed about using the same wooden spoon that I used on the mince. I'm getting mince on it. After all, it's just a family meal. Now, if you're doing this for a dinner party or something, you wouldn't use the same wooden spoon. You know, you take a bit more care in your presentation. But since this is only going to be devoured by the kids and the wife, and myself, look at that. Alright. I got enough for a bit of toast in the morning. So that's that. And so we put that in the oven for about hour and now. I'll come back and check it in an hour, see what the top's looking like, see what the mince is doing. It'll probably bubble through. And if the top's looking nice and golden, she's done. If not, we'll go for another 20 minutes after an hour. And if it's not golden by then, we'll flicker on the grill, get some heat on the top, and because we don't have a salamander here, we'll use the grill of the oven and we'll brown the top and we'll dig in. So into the oven we go. It's hot. Always use a dry tea towel when carrying hot stuff. Set the timer. And we'll see you back here when I get it out. Oh well, it's been an hour now, so we'll take it out and have a look. Yep, definitely done. Very hot. That's up. If we had time to wait, it would set a bit more. There we go. Beautiful cottage pie. We'll come up with some brilliant ideas and some awesome recipes that you can do at home. Feed your family with. Tasty, wholesome. Awesome winter meals at the moment. Then we'll get into summer and we'll do some awesome summer meals too. Right, here we have it. So if you guys enjoyed what you watched, want to see more of me cooking, please subscribe, like, share,